Can you see on the right hand side, just watching it on keyboard, so I just like, it's not sound wooden, checking safety, we say Harambe, 20,
high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions.
Hello everyone, we're coming to you from Kilimanjaro Safaris. We have nothing here right now.
Should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children. Your transport will be arriving shortly.
And they just threw another family in with me. I was hoping that we can be able to go back and forth pretty quickly here.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Si cuida sus niños. Gracias. Ciao everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve pass through rough and rugged terrain. To make the experience fun and sudden shows of the safari adventure. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by once aboard the safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet and legs inside, and remember to watch your children.
Ceremony means welcome on board, folks. Slide all the way across. If you look right above you, there's an animal guide up there. On the right side, watch your arms, hands, legs, and feet. We're going to close in just a moment. A couple of rules while we're out there. First and foremost, please remain seated at all times. Also keep your arms and hands inside the vehicle. Thank you. All right, as we say in Harambe, Tuwende, let's go. If you have young children sitting on your lap, that's fine. Just make sure that's where they're at. That's where they remain throughout the entire safari. Not standing on your lap or being held up in the air as an offering. It's going to get really bumpy out there. My name's Louis. I'll be your safari guide as we head out into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. While we're out there, I'm going to ask, please do not call out, whistle, or try to attract the animals to the truck in any way. That's for their safety as well as ours. Conversations, comments are fine. Just please keep at a minimum and at a volume that doesn't alarm the animals or disrupt the folks around. We're heading into the Little Aturi Forest, and here a lot of animals have been on natural camouflage for protection. Look over on the right side, there's an okapi. That's Mom, actually, and her little guy should be somewhere around. Now, the white stripes on their legs make them look a lot like zebras, but they are related to giraffes. And if you get a look at the face and head, you might see the family resemblance. There's her little guy over there between the clay wall and the bamboo. He's about 7 months old. Up here on the left side, let's see, a bongo just walked behind the trees. Let's see if we can get a look at him. Bongos are known as a ghost of the forest. They kind of snuck back there. They're reddish brown. Now they have a really bright coloring, but even with that, when they get into the bushes, they blend in very well. Actually, look to the bushes on the right. Look into the bushes over there. You see a reddish brown animal sitting in there. There's a couple of bongos hiding inside there. Again, they do blend in really well. If you're taking pictures, keep the cameras and the cell phones handy. You never know when the animals are going to pop up. So picture of a bongo can turn into a really cool picture of a tree if you're trying to get a camera ready. Greater kudu coming up on the right, a couple of them. Females, we know that because they don't have horns, only the male kudus have horns. And they're the second tallest antelope on the reserve. The male's horns are the longest of all the antelope, almost 6 feet long. Alright, the sign in front of us reads Pole Pole, that is Swahili. It means very slow. We're going to go very slow as we enter the Safi River area, and we're going to be looking for hippos. They're one of the largest and one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Full-grown males can weigh around 5,000 pounds. Hippos spend most of their time in the water, so we'll look down in the water for them. There's some pink-backed pelicans down here on the right. They get their name from the color on their backs during their mating season. You see they've built a nest right there between the trees, and there's a couple of hippos on the right. Look at that. Ears, eyes, and nostrils all at the very top of their head. That way they can come up, get some air, see what's going on, and still keep a very low profile. Hippos can swim, but they tend to run or walk on their water. Here's two more on the left. They are very quick. They're actually really quick on land. Even though they don't have a typical runner's body, they get up to about 20 miles an hour. That is a lot faster than most of us, even riding a bicycle. Two more heading this way. Now, hippos can actually sleep underwater. When their body needs air, it will automatically rise, breathe, go right back down without having to wake them up. And they can do that because they are cetaceans. They're related to whales and dolphins. All right, we're going to cross the bridge. We'll do that going Pole Pole. Nile crocodiles on the left. They're found all over sub-Saharan Africa. They can reach over 16 feet in length, fully grown. In the wild, they live around 40 years. In captivity, about twice that long.
Joey.
Just around the turn on the right side of the path, there is a baobab tree, also known as an upside-down tree. And if you look at the branches, you'll see they look a lot like tree roots, giving it that name. We're heading into the savannah. The animals shape the landscape with their eating habits. Elephants push trees over for food. Giraffes eat the under canopy of the trees. Grazing animals eat the grass. All of that combined gives the savannah that very clean, open look it normally has. If you look at the under canopy of the trees out in the clearing, there's almost a straight line all the way across. That's as high up as the giraffes can reach in their mouth. Those trees are delicious to them, so they eat everything within their reach. All right, a few giraffes ahead. These are Ankoli cattle right here. Check out the horns. These are one of the smaller ones. They do get bigger. Their horns are made of a honeycomb material inside, and blood flows in there, like radiators that regulates their body temperature. The darker one here is a bull, the rest are females. They're also known as Watusi cattle, named after the tribe that domesticated them. Again, giraffe off to the right. They're the tallest animals, of course. They top out at around 20 feet. Here on the reserve, they are Maasai giraffes. They have this irregular, kind of jagged pattern on their coat. Look to the left. Painted dogs. They look a little bit cuddly. They're not. Yeah, they are the most successful predatory mammals in all of Africa. more than lions or cheetahs or hyenas. If you ever get a chance to hear them, they don't bark. They sound like squeaky toys. Really, really cute. Makes you want to go over there and pet them. It's a trap. Yeah, don't do that. They're really cute, they're really smart, but they're quite aggressive. Now, to be fair, they're less aggressive towards people than they are towards other animals. All right, another Ankole cattle. As we pass, you'll see her coat has to flare out to meet the bottom of the horns. Now, all the way back to the left, those are sable antelope laying down back there. If you look at the logo for Harambe Wildlife Reserve, sable antelope are the animal on there. And that's because the word Harambe means to come together. When sable antelope are a threat, instead of scatter and running off, they come together and face that threat. Curved horns are a deterrent to predators that might want to jump on their backs. Termite mounds all around. Bake in the hot sun all day, get hard as concrete. When they wear down like the one on the right, animals like the dogs will climb up, and it gives them a great view of the savannah. We have a great view of this giraffe coming up here on the right. And we're going to kind of just hold here because there's a little bit of traffic up ahead. There's an issue with one of the trucks around that bend, so we're going to hold here for a little bit. And we might as well hold in a spot where we can hang out with a giraffe. Why not? The short horns on the giraffe's head are called ossicones. The okapi we saw earlier, the males have those. With the giraffe, both male and female have them. This is a female. Check out that tongue. The tongue gets about 16 to 18 inches long on the adults. Now, it might not seem that long. Keep in mind her head is about 2.5 feet long. So the comparison, yeah, the tongue, compared to the head, the tongue doesn't look that long, but it's quite large. Yeah, their head's about the size of your torso. Now, we saw the okapi earlier. Their tongue is actually a little bit longer than the giraffe's. Yeah. Yeah. Okapi tongue gets about almost like 20 inches long. And I have seen them clean their eyes. It's not a fun thing to watch. It's somewhat disturbing. The okapi actually have the same number of vertebrae in their neck as a giraffe. And oddly enough, we do as well. Just very, very different sizes. Yeah, it looks like we might be here for a little bit. They have actually they've called the tow truck and they're waiting for that to come out and grab one of these trucks. Not sure exactly what happened, but not too far up ahead from what I heard on the radio. So while we're here waiting for the giraffe, or actually watching this giraffe, they're really, really cool animals. They have so many specific things, adaptations built in for them. Their tongue, one of their favorite things to eat is the acacia leaves from the acacia tree. Those trees have huge thorns on them, and I'll try to point them out later here. There's a few bushes here that they really enjoy, which also have thorns. Now, the prehensile tongue can maneuver around the thorns, but they still get poked every now and then. Their saliva is like an antiseptic. It actually helps heal them when that happens.
The outpost changed to 35 minutes. I don't feel like it's really not worth it if we don't.
A little while back, one of the giraffes, early in the morning, one of the giraffes was eating a branch and it dropped it and it fell on top of a wildebeest. It got stuck in his horns. Now, wildebeest really only have one reaction to pretty much anything, is they run. They don't look, they don't listen, they just run. You might have seen that in the movie. So the wildebeest ran, the other wildebeest ran with it because that's what they do. The giraffe decided she was going to go after her breakfast, so she did. All the other giraffes joined in. Now, the giraffes are wondering why their breakfast was running away. Normally, branches don't run very quickly. And the wildebeest are wondering why the giraffes turn into predators. They've never been chased by giraffes before. For about an hour and a half, chaos. Yeah, an hour and a half of chasing all up and down the savannah. It was fun. It was, we had to stop a lot. Eventually the branch fell off. I don't think the wildebeest still trusts the giraffes completely. But yeah, there's always something fun going on. The giraffe's tail, you see the long hair on there. From here, it kind of looks just like hair, and it is, but it's comparable to like the line on a trimmer, like a weed eater. That's about how thick those hairs are. Their heart is about 1.5 foot, 2 feet long. They have one of the largest hearts of any land animal. One of the highest regular blood pressures, and you can imagine it's going to travel all the way up that long neck. Another cool adaptation. Sometimes when you get up really quickly or you lift your head really quickly, you get a little bit dizzy. Imagine with a neck that long, that can happen a lot. So where their blood vessels actually get to the bottom of their head, instead of just going straight into their brain, they go through kind of it's almost like a sponge, but it's a bunch of tiny blood vessels, and that regulates how fast blood can move. So even if they lift their head up really quickly, they don't get dizzy like we do.
We have a lot of people just joining us right now. We are stuck on the safari waiting for tow truck.
See some wildebeest out there all the way
us.
across the clearing over there to the left. Yeah, a couple days ago, one of the giraffes got really close to the wildebeest, and they all took off running. They were like, "No, not again." They're not sure exactly what happened the first time, so. If you have any questions about the animals we've seen up to this point, by all means ask. I'll try my best to answer them. If not, I'll keep boring you with giraffe facts. They do have a lot of cool stuff. Now, when they're standing up like this in the wild, that's a mature giraffe, mature female right there. In the wild, as long as she's standing like that with her head up, they actually don't have any predators. Giraffes can kick in every direction, very, very powerful kicks. Predators know that, so they keep a distance from them. Now, if she were to lay down to sleep or bring their head down to drink water, that makes them vulnerable. Cool thing is, they don't have to do those things. Not very often anyway. They can sleep standing up pretty much always. In the wild, they don't really lay down to sleep or rest ever. Every now and then they do, but it's not common. And as far as drinking water, they can go for almost 3 weeks without drinking water. So if there's a predator around, they can wait them out almost every time. Kind of a cool thing. If you look at the neck, and this is just anecdotal, but look at the neck, it looks like a crane. You see how the hump in the back comes up? So there's a bunch of ligaments that go up over that hump and then across over to the top of the neck. And that gives them that maneuverability and that lift.
We gotta wait, maybe there's a truck that needs to be towed out.
Still have that female Ankole cattle on the right. The horns look really, really heavy. They're a bit lighter than you might think if you've assigned a number to them. Hers are probably about 5 to 6 pounds each, without blood. Once you have a bunch of blood in there, then they get a little bit heavier.
Now they start making predictions. How long are we going to be stuck here for? I think it's going to be another 5 minutes.
A little while back there, we saw the sable antelope. I'm
So
not sure if we
follow
still
what
have
I
a
say.
view of them or not. Those are females back there. The males a little bit bigger, and they're very dark color, kind of like an onyx color. If you ever get a chance, there's a video out there of a male sable antelope challenging 3 rhinos, and it's really impressive. He overestimates his power. The rhinos don't know what to make of it, so they kind of back off. I don't think they're used to being challenged that way.
Give me for your flowers. Oh, it's so nice, baby. That was so sweet, baby. 4:15, so you're welcome. 5:15.
I'm not sure right now. The numbers do fluctuate just because they get sent to different reserves and different ones come in. I'd say probably about a dozen, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so not too long ago, 2 of the males were sent to different reserves just because males do not do well together. There is a male right now on the reserve, and
So there's a truck that's up
he's a
ahead
little bit protective
that
of
broke
the
down,
female, so the other
they're
2 had
waiting
to
for
go
a tow truck to
to a
pull that
different
truck
place.
away.
And we're also part of the AZA, and it's basically they keep track of pretty much every animal in the organization, and for breeding purposes, they kind of call the shots. They'll say, hey, we need this type of animal to go to this place and this type of animal, and that way they keep the bloodlines all nice and fresh. So those 2 males are left here will go somewhere else and start family somewhere else. All right, that truck is being towed as we speak, so we should be moving in just a couple of moments.
Yeah. We still have 2 minutes.
And
for
by
my
the way, thank you
prediction.
guys for being so patient with me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a pretty cool evac, though. One time I was stuck on here for about 45 minutes because the car got stuck in the wrong possible spot. So it took longer to get the tow truck to it. Yeah, one more minute for my prediction. Oh, we're moving.
Yeah, who the
I
fuck?
was wrong.
Au revoir, giraffe. And again, lots of wildebeest coming up. During the wildebeest migration, some herds get into the tens of thousands. Kind of a cool thing, at night when they lay down to sleep, they'll lay down in a big star pattern. All the wildebeest are facing outward. Now they have lookouts. They have wildebeest standing watch. If they give the alarm that a predator is coming around, in that star pattern, since they're all facing out, they can all jump up and run straight out without running into each other. So kind of a cool thing to do that. They're also known as gnus. That's because of the sound that they make, written G and U, pronounced U. There's another giraffe up to the left side of the path, reaching up into the palm trees.
Oh, yeah.
There's another giraffe back there. So when they're standing around in a group, it's called a tower of giraffes. If the group is on the move, oh, there's another one back there. Then it becomes a journey of giraffes. Pretty self-explanatory. And wildebeest right here on the left.
The elephant path is closed right now. I wonder if that was where the truck was. Yeah, truck out there right now.
All right, just ahead there are greater flamingos. They're the largest and the lightest in color of the flamingos. They get their color from the brine shrimp that they, which is really high in keratin. And really cool, they've started nesting about a week ago. And it's a really neat thing. If you watch them, they're sitting in the mud right there. Oh, there's an egg. I think that's an egg right there. They sit down and start pulling the dirt over with their beaks. As those little mounds get taller and taller, when they get tall enough, rather, they'll go ahead and lay their eggs. There's about 3 or 4 that I've seen already that looks like they have eggs. And a couple more now. A group of flamingos is called the flamboyants. Hey guys, look to the left, all the way back there behind the boulders, there's an elephant way back there.
Oh yeah, back there.
Oh, yeah.
Elephants, of course, are the largest land animals. Full-grown males weigh around 12,000 pounds average. The herds are made up of females and they're young. When the males reach maturity, they have to leave the herd because they get really aggressive, unpredictable, not really safe for them to be around. There's another elephant right there. Elephants can live around 60 to 65 years on average. Their childhood is about the same as ours, around 15 years. Ours is around 17 or 18 or 25. All the way down the path on the right, there is a water buck way back there. You can kind of see a little bit. They have a white circle on their backside. I think nature was very cruel. Terrible idea. Keep an eye out, see if we'll be able to find some more.
There's a cheetah really in the back corner.
All right, just up here on the left, there is a cheetah lane. Right over the, there's 2 of them, right where those plants are. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals. They run well over 60 miles an hour. Teardrop-looking marks under their eyes help them with the glare from the sun. The long, thick tails like a rudder. It stabilizes them when they're running really fast. Helps them make better turns. Spot's pretty good camouflage. All right, rock formation ahead is called a kopik. Animals climb up there, gives them a great view. You can see if the predators are coming around or their prey, depending on what they are. And get those cameras and cell phones ready. There's a couple of lions up here on the left. There's a female right there by the tree, and there's a male right by that little bush. And they always make for a pretty cool picture. Here we go.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful animals. And if you're going to post that on social media, hashtag best safari driver ever. It's an option. I'm not going to remind you that my name is Louis. It's tacky. They are beautiful. So they're one of the few big cats that hunt as a group or a pride. It takes a lot of energy to hunt, and they'll rest or sleep about 18 hours a day. They're nocturnal, so this time of day, that's kind of what they do. And I think they look pretty cool doing just that. A couple of ostriches, rhinos on the right. We're going to try really hard not to make any loud sounds. They can react to sound, and we don't want that. That's bad. Right now, the rhinos can hear us. They can smell us. They cannot actually see us. They have terrible eyesight. They need to be about 10 feet away before they can see us clearly. Watch, the ears are going to pivot around. That's how they keep track of what's going on. Good look at the female lion now on the left.
Look at her mouth. Just yawn.
A little grooming there. Yeah. So the rhinos we just saw are white rhinos. They average about 5,000 pounds fully grown. They can run up to 35 miles an hour, which is incredible for an animal that size. And again, if you watch, you'll see those ears pivoting around. They are very quick, very light on their feet. If you're wondering what separates rhinos from us, we do have the tall grass right there. There's a stick. And a grate. Again, the water buck. Now the water buck has really long hair. They secrete this oily substance that makes them water repellent. Helps them swim really well. That's their defensive mechanism. Predators go after them. They jump in the water and they swim away. With the rhinos, they can actually gallop like a horse. All 4 feet will come off the ground at the same time when they're running. If you ever get a chance to see that, it's pretty amazing. They're running at you, it's pretty scary. Those are ostrich eggs. Yeah, the rhino eggs have the horns. That's not true. Ostriches, of course, are the largest birds. They're flightless, thank goodness for that. And they'll run about 40 miles an hour. Yeah, we don't want to live in a world with flying ostriches. Our umbrellas are not that good. All right, right around the warden's post there are Nigerian dwarf goats. Aside from just kind of hanging out, looking adorable, they are really beneficial animals. They provide things like milk and cheese. They don't take up a lot of space. That's made them really popular. They've been exported all over the world. They do produce a lot of milk for their size, and they can be a lot of fun to watch. Alright, we're at the outskirts of Harambe village, and that does mean our safari is coming to an end. If you want to see more animals, you can walk down the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. If you're interested in helping protect wild animals, you can reach out to any of the conservation associations, including our own, of course. And you can make donations, but really anything you can do to raise awareness is going to be helpful. And that could be as simple as sharing photographs or videos you've taken, having conversation, talking about some of the issues facing the animals. All of it really does help. Here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. It's a bit permanent. Instead, we say Kwaherini. Kwaherini means to go well, and I hope you go well and have a great rest of your day. Before you leave the truck, check your seats, check your rows. Make sure you haven't dropped anything. Easy to do without the bumping around. When you get off at the exit, on the path right behind the old truck, there's a viewing area. Take a peek. Sometimes gorillas are hanging around. If they happen to be there, you get a pretty good look. Definitely worth checking that out. And once again, my name is Louis. I really hope you had a good time on your safari. And once again, thank you very much for your patience out there. On the right side, watch your arms, hands, legs, and feet. Doors are going to slide open. Watch that step down. Wahari. Have a great day. You're very welcome. You're welcome. Have fun up there. Remember to drink lots of water. Stay hydrated. Don't let that heat sneak up on you.
Okay, guys, we are going to be wrapping up our broadcast right here. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We are getting closer and closer to that 5,000 subscriber. So keep spreading the word. Send over a friend. And until next time, I hope everyone out there is having a great day. Ooh, yeah.